we're trying to deal with all the glitches. But Derek, what were you saying about?
No, but when you have a balance, or you got credit cards and you have bills that aren't paid off, they coming after the next relative.
Yeah, yeah, no,
And
no.
just because you got $15,000, $20,000, that's nothing.
They're coming after whoever is the next in line. That could be the what they say about the person who deals with the estate.
Yep.
And that would be the person responsible for taking care of the bills and everything like that. So you will hope that you're not putting a burden on that person.
Right.
If you didn't, make sure you took care of your business before.
But that's what happens. We put that burden on the next person, and we sometimes don't understand that $200,000 is really blessing your family, with more than enough. Because at least let them stay in your. People get evicted from their home. They done lost their house because you didn't get a policy. They lost the house. Now they're in the street.
No, I agree with what you're saying, and that's why it's so powerful that we have these conversations about the love of insurance, getting life insurance, and making sure that we're taking care of the loved ones in our homes and our relatives.
We don't have a love of insurance because we aren't getting it.
But we got to start off with love, because if we don't start off with love, then we can't have the conversation or a conversation.
It's too many people that have debt, have credit cards, they have children, and if they were to die right now, the children are going to be doing worse with them not here. Hey, look, I want my daughter's going to miss me. My son is going to miss me. I'm going to miss them. But at least they ain't going to lose their house.
No, I agree with
Dad's not here no more, but he took care of me.
And see, you're doing the responsible thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have like about 5 more, say about 7 more minutes before the show is over. So you want to get a call in, we can get a call in. Phone number is 856-783-0581. That's 856-783-0581.
Do you want the children to sit back and you want them to mourn, but you don't want them to mourn, and then a month later they have to deal with the stress of all the debt that you put them in now. They're going to lose the house. The credit card people are coming after them, and they didn't come up. I feel like when I go up, everybody going to come up.
No.
I'm going to sit here with a $15,000. I told somebody, you got a $15,000 policy. What you going to do with that? Well, I go to this church, and this church is going to bury me. You a new fool.
Now, that's also that plays a part in the church. Because if you're a member of a church...
The church is a business.
No, brother, I know that too.
The church is a business.
People feel like if they give their tithes, they feel like when they go through some rough periods in time, it's amazing how many people, especially from our community, rely a lot on the church to, if they get into a hardship situation, that they feel like, can you help me? Can you help me? But like you said, it's a business. They might give you something, but it might not be what you're asking for.
Right. I mean, but the church, but white folks don't have that problem.
No.
White folk die on Tuesday, Monday they in the ground. We die on a Tuesday, 2 weeks later, we still in the refrigerator. We was sitting in the refrigerator, and they told we gonna have to do something we gonna have to do something. We gonna have to do the best that we can do if everybody give $300. That happened to me one time.
Well, put it this way.
And then the loser people in the family don't have to pay because everybody know they ain't got no money.
Well, put it this way. The mortgage is not going to keep calling you. They're going to make one phone call, and they said, this is our number.
Right.
If we do not hear from you from a certain period of time, you know what happened.
That's right.
And don't come crying.
That's right.
You did this. You burned my daddy. You burned my mama.
That's right.
We called you.
That's right. That's right.
And then they're going to throw the phone records in your face.
Yep. But it's just sad that people sit here and they don't realize that when you die, you can bless the whole family from your death.
Yes. Because that starts generational wealth, and that's
what's wrong with not only paying off the funeral, leaving your kids $50,000? Why would I? Because now they don't have income now. Let's say you're a 70-year-old man or woman and you live with your children, and you still work, and you contribute to the house, or your Social Security check contributes to the house. You're not here no more.
Yeah.
Don't you want to leave them something?
Well, that's why I always go back to the Raisin in the Sun, when Sidney Poitier was waiting for that check.
Right.
And he was waiting for that check. But his ideal of the money was for his dreams. And the mom made it very clear that this was the dream that I had for us, and your father had the dream for us. But he put the guilt trip on her.
Right.
So she put it and said, you know what? You're the man of the house now. I'm going to trust you. And when that money went south,
Right.
Willie!
Yeah.
Willie!
Yeah. Yeah.
Willie!
Yeah.
And the mom and the sister couldn't wait to trash him.
Yeah.
And she knew that giving that money to him was the worst thing Mama could have did. But
Yeah.
good thing for Mama, Mama put a little to the side and still was able to get that house. And maybe that house, if they had a continuation of the raising of the son, was something that took them to another level to get them out the current situation they were in.
But the mother could have done whatever she wanted to do with that check because the father probably stated it's going to go to your mother. But we as African American people have got to know, and we have got to realize that when you pass away, leave your children something. I got numerous insurance policies on older people in my family, and I've dispersed the money where I told them it was going to go. Because I looked at them, I'm going to make sure they get this, and this, and I'm going to put you around. But they had enough trust in me, you know, the relatives, and I wasn't even related to them. And I got 3 policies on people, 3 or 4 policies on people, and they told me, Derek, I need you to handle this for me because 1, they knew I was responsible, and 2, they knew I was going to make every last payment on time. 3, they know I'm not a thief. So I had paid out over $100,000 on more than one occasion to take care of people because I know that's what has to be done.
Well, Derek,
and the relatives had called me and thanked me.
Obviously, with the passion of the caller and the guest speakers that we were talking to, that it is something that is needed. The conversation has to be had, and it's something that's important for not only for us, but for the next generation and generational. And it's actually the knowledge that's just as important than the actual money. Because once you get the knowledge, that's the beginning, knowing that the conversation has to be had.
Right.
And then once that is started, now you can say, okay, how much money and how much money needs to be put to the side so we can do that. So there is no there's a comfort. So when it's time for a funeral, there's no fighting about what's going to happen.
It's brothers right now that's listening. They got none.
No, I agree.
Well, I'm going to get around to it. I'm getting around. You 50 now. You ain't no spring chicken.
But is that because of lack of knowledge? That's what I'm saying. Some of them don't know.
Some of them don't care, but I don't want to hear nothing about you can't afford it. All the money that you spending on your fast food and your haircuts, and your expensive sneakers.
That plays a part.
You got $50 a month.
Now, how about some of the men are not in the home? Let's go off to the
even if you're not in the home, you make sure you send it, get that insurance for the kids. You ain't gotta be.
Right. Now let's just say Mama is the executive of the estate. And she has the money and it has it the way of divvy it, but she feels though that I'm not giving you nothing because you weren't no good of a child to me.
Well, I got instructions to mine that I gave it per child.
Oh, okay.
Each child has their money, so whatever happens with the money ain't got nothing to do with her. Because one thing you don't want to do is cut one person a check for $500,000, $600,000. You think I'm gonna have it to one person? You think I'm gonna leave you $500,000 and expect you to take care of everybody? No, I split it up into 3 insurance policies, and I got the names on it, and they know what to do. I'm not gonna give one person $600,000 and turn them loose in the mall.
Well, Derek, I'm glad you got it planned out. Derek, this was an excellent show.
Hey, brother.
I think we empowered, educational.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for sharing this Valentine's Day with this discussion of the love of insurance. We were talking about life insurance and empowering our community, our families, and getting ourselves educated so we can have those uncomfortable conversations that a lot of us don't want to have, but it has to be had.
We'll do it again next week, somebody saying.
Well, I know.
Or the credit score.
Well, we're going to be bringing it back because, like I said, we're doing this every Monday between 6 p.m. to 7:30 on Facebook Live, The Man Hurt Talk Show. I'm Mike Hurt. This is my co-host, Derek Lee, and we get it in. Next week, topic, guess who's coming home to dinner? It's a topic dealing with homosexuality, interracial relationships, politics, religion. When somebody opens that door, it could be your daughter, your son, your mom, your dad. You don't know who they're bringing in that door, and it's a conversation that needs to be had. God bless you all. Happy Valentine. See you at the next show. See you next Monday. Peace.